Hey everybody, in this video we are going to talk about what a graph is. So last class we talked about coordinate pairs or points on the coordinate plane having an x and a y coordinate. A graph is made up of all of the points that make an equation true. And a point is on the graph of an equation if it makes the equation true. If it doesn't make the equation true, then it would not be on the graph of that equation. So here we have the graph of the equation y equals x squared minus 3x plus 2. So we're going to look at the graph and list 2 points that are on the graph. So I'm going to look, I see this point right here, that's 0, 2. Okay, this point right here, that's 1, 0. That's 2 points. I'm going to list a couple more. This point, 2, 0. This point here, that's 3, 2. If I go a little bit more, this is the point, what's that, 4, 6. And I'll list this point as well. That is negative 1, 6. So all of those points are on the graph. I'll just list them here on this note sheet. Okay, this question asks, is the point 5, 12 on the graph? So to determine whether a point is on the graph of an equation, we are going to plug that coordinate into the equation and see if it makes the equation true. So let's look back up. The equation was y equals x squared minus 3x plus 2. Okay, so I'm going to plug in 5 for x in both places where x is in the equation, and I'm going to plug in 12 for y. So 12 equals 5 squared minus 3 times 5 plus 2, and I'm just trying to figure out if this is true. So 5 squared is 25, 3 times 5 is 15, 25 minus 15 is 10, plus 2 is, in fact, 12. So the way to answer that question, yes, 5, 12 is on the graph of y equals x squared minus 3x plus 2 because it makes the equation true. Let's look at this next question. Does the point negative 3, 0 make the equation true? All right, so again, I'll write the equation, y equals x squared minus 3x plus 2. I'm going to plug the negative 3 in for x and the 0 in for y. 0 equals negative 3 squared minus 3 times negative 3 plus 2. Negative 3 squared is 9. Minus 3 times negative 3 is negative 9 plus 2. When we subtract a negative, we really add. So 9 plus 9 is 18, plus 2 is 20. 0, is that equal to 20? This is not true. Okay, 0 is not equal to 20. So no, the point negative 3, 0 does not make the equation true. Now what does that mean in terms of the graph? That means that the point negative 3, 0 would not be on the graph of this equation. All right, this next question asks, when x equals 3, what is the value of y? So x squared minus 3x plus 2, when x is equal to 3, so I'll plug 3 in for x. Y is equal to 3 squared minus 3 times 3 plus 2. 3 squared is 9. 3 times 3 is 9. Plus 2. 9 minus 9 is 0. And 0 plus 2 is 2. So when x equals 3, the value of y is 2. We could have looked at the graph for that, though. When x equals 3, here's 3 on the graph. What is the y coordinate of this point, right? That is the point 3, 2. This says when x is 3, y is equal to 2. And since that's a point on the graph, it means that when x is 3, y is 2 when we plug into the equation. So that's another way to determine what the value of y would be, just by looking at the graph and not by plugging into the equation. To find what value or values of x make y equal 2, we are going to look at the graph to see where y equals 2. So we are looking for some point where the y coordinate is 2. And there might be more than one of those. So if I look at the graph, where is y 2? Here's 2 on the y-axis. So this point here has a y coordinate of 2. But also, if I look here, this point has a y coordinate of 2. So this is 0, 2, and this is 3, 2. So the points 0, 2, and 3, 2 are on the graph. These are the x values, these are the y values. So the x values that make y equal to 2 are x equals 0 and x equals 3. All right, just looking at a few examples, is 3, negative 2 on the graph of 4x plus 3y equals 6? Okay, so a point is on the graph of an equation if it makes the equation true. So let's plug in 3 for x and negative 2 for y and see if it makes the equation true. So 4 times 3 is 12. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. 12 plus negative 6 is 6. 6 equals 6. That is true. So yes, the point 3, negative 2 is on the graph of 4x plus 3y equals 6 because when we plug it in, it does in fact make the equation true. Let's look at the next one. X equals 1, y equals 10 is that point on the graph, so we're going to plug in 10 for y and 1 for x. So 1 plus 1 is 2, and 1 plus 4 is 5. 2 times 2 is 4, times 5 is 20. Does 10 equal 20? It does not. So no, the point 1, 10 is not on the graph of y equals 2 parentheses x plus 1, x plus 4, because it does not make the equation true. All right, there's 2 examples here for you to try on your own, and then you can check the answer key in Canvas.